back into that winning end of the pack as we are out on the map. Both teams set up at level 1. We do see the roam up here to the top lane from Crest. That'll allow that extra ward. No 1v1 cheese here for the Gwen. And most importantly, this means there shouldn't be any shenanigans, any too desperate things at level 1. Both junglers will spot each other, both pathing towards this bot lane, pretty standard with the hyper carries. If you break something open, especially with Leona and Alistar, two great gank assist champions in this bot lane, it will be explosive across the map.
Yep, and you see the runes going across the screen right now. We're back to League of Conquerors, baby.
Oh, yes.
All on SHG's side, and this longer these fights go, I definitely think it does favor them with this composition, just the nature of their champions. And I do love this setup right now, just making sure nothing is gonna pop off, because like you said, those early game fights against Leona are not fun. Very much not so, especially that she has Glacial Augment on.
Yeah.
Just further boost her CC capabilities. And so it's just, you know, very standard around as we are entering this lane phase with great gusto. Just look at this positioning, just perfect.
Look at it go. Survive the dive, the name of the game here for for SHG. CGA's dive, nice and easy. Nemo pulling the wave to make sure they get the push in this bottom side. 6 minions hitting 3 does go faster. Blitzcrankson says that 57% of the time we'll see this game CGA coming out on top. Clearly he's integrated Kassin's Volibear win rate, as we see. We might favor the anti-dive for now, but lordy lord, is that a spike in the endgame? Presumably that's Nap, Hybrid, and Kaido all coming online, and I'm trying to find a way into some of HAWKS' more squishy carries. Kassin in the early doesn't wait.
Oh, not at all. Kassin doing the things he loves best on that Volibear. Flash stun, the level 3 gank. You love to see it, and just kill credit going over to Kaito. Just, oh my goodness.
It's so good. I wasn't even sure he was going to complete it without expending the flash. I thought it was going to be take off Dasher and come back, but Kassin just like straight in there, breaks Dasher wide open. You highlighted Crow on the desk that, you know, Dasher enabled in this mid lane is something you'd like to see, a somewhat win condition here for the HAWKS, and it's already broken. It didn't even take 3 minutes.
Yeah, didn't even take 3 minutes in. Had to burn both summoners just to get back to lane, as we do see them fighting over this red buff. Kassin knows something is up, so he's not gonna try and go into that, as we do have Kinatu rather was in close proximity, so could have gotten answered back on. But, you know,
successful invade.
Invade.
Yeah. All right, Kassin flashes in just in time. Dasher will
the chain.
Not enough.
Too.
It's the perfect combination. I used to do this with APE mid. My friend would play it back in season 3. Volibear was brand new. His Q was slightly different. It was a flip, but the same deal, all the same. Nemo picked out here. Lionel will knock him up.
Yep, has to burn the flash. Not in range for the extra stun from Rhina. It's just so close, but a little too far for the HAWKS, as they're trying to get something back on the board here in this early game. Not too much of a goal deficit for them to come back, as, you know, it's barely 4 minutes in, but just looking for these answers is Crest Gaming Act. They're gonna look to push the pressers. The Hex Flash over. Oh no, the sneaky flick. Secret Agent Nemo. Here's Kassin 2. Oh, so the HAWKS are in big trouble here. Good headbutt. Try to get something off to get away, but I don't think Lina is long for this world. Has a stun built up. Flash is out, so managed to survive barely. Dive successfully staved off here from the HAWKS. Not exactly how expected for Crest Gaming Act, but hey, you know, I'll take some summoners out of the support for sure.
For sure, and noticeably no Hex Flash here on this Alistar 4-liner, so instead we'll be without that now. Pretty big part of Alistar's kit, and the HAWKS do take an unfavorable base, unfortunately. They hadn't quite got back to the base. That's Hybrid able to go back again now, pick up even more components, so he'll be able to dominate the lane a bit further, get that cull stacked up even quicker, take an economic advantage here, even on top of what Kassin is providing across the map. We spoke of the gold lead. It's only 5 minutes, Crow. It's absolutely wild that the HAWKS suffering this much in the early game.
Yeah, and it's really just off of all these neutral camps and neutral objectives coming out. Like, Kassen is all around the map as we do have Hex Tech Track live here. As we see some action building. Lina, you don't have flash, honey. You're not gonna be able to get out of this. Headbutts to push Kaito away, but maybe, just maybe, we'll get out on the back. Here's Hybrid, though, with those items in hand. Flash over the side. Fearless AD carry. Going for those rocket kills. One more to do it. Oh, just barely living. Blank, bro, you got to teach me some tricks, because honestly, you should have died there. But once again, Crest Gaming act with this unrelenting aggression. See champion, kill champion is the name of the game for them, and they're really trying to make it work.
It really is. They pick out Marble, Blank, all sort of at different stages. Blank only just getting away by the skin of his teeth. So Hawks will be happy with that one. They were still going in the bot lane. Sorry, my words minced. Nemo thought about it. Marble's still able to hold back off the wave. With that wave crashing in, it's really a shame it wasn't a bit quicker. Hybrid will mop all of this up, maintain his CS lead. Blank, secret agents for sure. Sneaking into the back of this dragon pit will sacrifice a bit more of his XP to get his team this neutral objective. CJ are thinking about it, but they're not really in a position to contest this.
Okay, well, that's something great for the Hawks back on the board, getting that Hextech Drake in their pocket. And yeah, just they're really doing their best to slow the tempo here in this early game, just try to get some more farm in their belt. You see it's completely even in the mid lane between Dash and Kaito here, and it's really up to SoftBank Hawks here to not let this aggression shake them, to not let this full dive comp from CGA rattle them, and they're doing, I would say, a decent job of it.
A decent job so far, for sure. Sort of way this could go wrong if Cassin's given more time on the map. He doesn't have to think about that dragon now. He could try and get into the top lane here. That's the way I'd approach it. But something we haven't seen from the Hawks is capitalizing on those micro objectives. And we've just seen Marble opt not to join that fight in mid. That's why I even said his name at the wrong time, because it was so important. They got this wave into bot. They kept Hybrid and Nema in lane. And with that, they capitalize and take the dragon without a huge punish. So Hawks maybe improving on that front. We want to see that more from them throughout the game. The ability to move forwards with these micro advantages into real advantages. Keep that scaling forwards. That's what we need to see from them to have a drastic improvement in the second round, Robin.
Absolutely, yes. And this is a rematch from day 5. And CGA won. It was a very bloody, very high kill game, as most SoftBank Hawks gaming games have been. But I do believe they are learning from their mistakes. It's the new start of another round robin, and they're really trying to climb from the bottom of the standings. And this is a great test for them in Crest Gaming. If they can break through this door, so to speak, that is Crest Gaming, we definitely can see the rise of the SoftBank Hawks. So this is a great first test. We'll see how they can counter this. We would like to see them capitalize more on those little micro wins they are getting across the map, get some vision down more so lately, because CGA are the ones that have to act. They're the ones, no pun intended, they're the ones that have to make the first move in a majority of these cases. The Hawks have a great counterpunch with the champions that they do have. So it's really of how could we put this? It's very much a catch release type game, watching two Olympic wrestlers searching for a way in, trying to get the grab first. So that's why it's not volatile like most of their games have been for both of these teams.
Well, yeah, it is going to be quite hard. CGA in the neutral definitely have to take it to the Hawks. If they get far enough ahead to just play side lanes, then the game is likely already over. The LeBlanc and Akali. If they can take it to Gwen in the side, then something has already gone deeply, deeply wrong for the Hawks. Another neutral objective over to the Hawks does mean that even though that gold lead is there, they are not truly very far behind. The threat of this Aphelios just commanding a team fight, not going down when Doven upon, ever present. Kassin will try and get in on the spot lane now. Blank is on his way. This is maybe a bit of a reach. Liner has level 6, so it is advantaged here for the Hawks. Both teams fishing.
Oh, going in. Marble still has cleanse available, not using it yet. Will burn the flash to get out of range from Nemo. Very good job on there. Cassin is in
Oh, the
tri-bush.
re-engage.
Oh, perfect double. But here he is on the backside. They see him now. Perfect timing for Blank to once again push the bear away and stave off any more threat coming out from CGA. Meanwhile, in this mid lane, we do have a duel between Kaito and Dasher. Gets the chains off. Dasher super low. Burns the shockwave just to push out the wave. Okay.
I like
Very
it.
good.
I like it. I forgot for a moment that Kaito didn't have ignite. The missile
Oh, the
comes
rocket.
through. It's
Oh,
on
no.
target. Oh.
Ooh, he has to back away more. Kaito has flash, and I know he's not looking. He's not afraid to use it. Wait a minute. Cassin just a little too late there. I like the idea, but sir, you might want to work on your timings there. Burns the ultimate.
I was about to throw criticism Marble's way for blowing his ult without the graviton to actually secure the re-engage, but never mind. Crest Gaming Act, hear the thoughts in my brain. Go 2 steps further, blow 2 ults to maybe pick someone off in mid.
Oh, man.
Oh, that is absolutely brutal. Dasher gets away by the skin of his teeth.
The skin of his teeth, man.
I think it's even it's microns, nanometers.
This man got away literally just a skeleton squeaking out the door. That is just, ooh man. I would say hybrid, like the idea. Literally, this man lived with like 5 HP, so awesome. But Cassin, I'm not sure what that was like.
Overextension. That's Cassin's frustration at not being out on the map, I think. The Volibear wants to meet the Xin Zhao in fights. The Xin Zhao has to burn the ult early to even stay relevant against the champion. And so far, Blank's got to every objective, and Cassin's been left hang to dry by like a numbers disadvantage, his teammates not being able to leave waves. Dasher here will get stunned up.
Okay, the team is here, 3v3 in the mid. They're just gonna take down Shelly. Got about the turret to half, so that's some gold plates going over to the team. And I wanted to talk about this top lane. It's literally nothing going on. Top lane island is usually reserved for when we have 2 tanks that don't damage each other and are just going back and forth trading farm. I don't think I've ever seen top lane island featuring 2 damage mages like this. Like, they have very similar CS, and they're literally both TP Ignite top laners who you would think would be fighting each other, but are literally just farming. So that is something new. Thank you, LJL, for shining a light on a form of matchup I did not know even existed.
This one's pretty skill expressive. Neither Kanadu nor Nap looking to really try and push the boat out here, as you do risk tipping yours over when you do so, especially with the ignite on both sides. Nap is slightly advantaged. He hasn't itemized defensively at all yet, so that's more gold he's still got. You'll notice the Riftmaker coming through. CGA this time realized the last few objectives they've been to, Cassin's not been able to get in because of his teammates now. A straight fight here is secured. A little bit of tension, a little flash away from Nemo, but SHG not able to make it on time to this one. This is still the compositional difference. Even with their objectives in pocket, the Rift Herald in mid wasn't enough to secure priority onto the objective. They don't make it in on time.
Right, and I think that really did come down to timing and just being out-rotated by CGA. Very great job from Hybrid to put those traps down, really not even give Blink a chance to like try to flash in for a steal or dash in for a steal. As everything, there's a lot of focus going around on this bot side right now, so we'll be spotted out with a sweeper. Great guy sweeper, you know, it can definitely be used to spot people out with approximate vision, as we like to call it.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Yeah,
it really looked like Cassin and Nemo wanted to blast over
wanted
there.
to go in, right.
Yeah, they really thought about that.
They were thinking about it. So looking at this tower gold here, awesome on the LJL observers for that tower plating. You see how much of the Hawks keeping them in this game are just getting all that standing gold on the map, getting the plates. So this is second Herald spawning now, and once again, Blank is already in the top side of the area, looking to, you know, maybe sneak that again, maybe secure it for himself. But just really good job from Hawks for keeping this powder keg, I guess, from reaching its apex and exploding in CGA's composition.
They've done it so far. The Rift Herald keeps them in the game with its crash into the mid tower. The recall here from Cassin would signal the end of the Herald, but SHG going to go ahead and let that one reset. They are trying to find an angle here onto mid. CGA have joined us in the J-Ram style.
Let's go.
We'll clear this one out. No immediate threat. Kassin's back out on the map, so unless the Hawks have got something special, this is just a 4-man blue buff.
Yeah, just I want to say, you know, positioning around, looking for that mid pick, looking for that one pick to actually get this ball rolling for either team is Marble's like, bro, I got red and white, let's fight with the flash and the cleanse up, stepping forward unafraid into 3 champions that can just dog him immediately. Like, I love the bravado for this man. Has the overshield, Dasher's there too, so like he just really is not playing with guys right now. So definitely a lot of focus on this mid/Rift Herald area as the pings are coming around. So yeah, CGA gonna go and start second Herald, and yeah, the Hawks not gonna try and contest it. I want to say push out for this mid. The appropriate play, I would say.
With the Severum Chakram, Marble will tear through this tower. Won't quite get onto it. This is smart play from CGA. They've noticed the timer was for Kanatu to go back and grab his mythic item. He shows on bot just about now. And with that, the Hawks know they're 4. CGA know they are grouped as 5. And with that more farm deficit incurred, they'll pay a little bit in gold as the wave crashes in bot. That does mean CGA get this second Rift Herald. They will now have the ability to take down a tower nice and easy between that and the Volibear. It's a lot of infrastructure destruction. Hybrid now assigned into mid, so we now have the question. Are Kaido and Nap strong enough to stop anything Blank might throw at them? Gwen Xin, we've seen it so many times, Crow. It looks so good in the side lane. Xin able to sacrifice a lot of his time on the map and just shadow for these single carries. It is a way for the Hawks to come back into this game, but slowly and surely they are falling behind.
Yeah, it's very interesting. 17 minutes, no towers taken. Looking to change that here in just a second. These rotations and repositionings of the players is, yeah, I'm just, oh my goodness. Severum, Chakram.
Yeah, that's a missed time back from Hybrid. That's sad.
Yeah, so first brick gold bonus going over to SoftBank HAWKS. And like we were talking about this gold lead, it's just really so close. Like you can balance it on your finger, given a Thanos balance all things should be, you know. But it's such a volatile matchup. Like any second, any team can get an advantage off of one misplay, and that's just because they have been ramping up, gathering their arms, getting the gold, and making it. This is severely less bloody than either of these two games, either of these two teams, how they normally play. So this is just already, you know, a very interesting situation, because I'm used to everybody just dying like once every like minute or 2 minutes or so, and they're just like, handshake, let's farm.
Let's farm for now. I do fear that as the game goes on, Kaido will get stronger and stronger, and as soon as the supporting cast here on the Hawks that will keep Marble alive and healthy are somewhat damaged, that may make things difficult for them. CGA currently farming more waves on the map. That's where that small recurrence has come from in the gold, a few hundred extra. Kaido now heading down, so Crest Gaming coming together now.
Oh yeah.
Kassin playing some mind games in the bush. It might look like SHG have the push, but CGA have the action. The flank is deep from Nap, and we're looking to start. Come on, guys. You can do it.
Start. Yep. Okay, Nap is on the backside. Not spotted out yet.
There's the solar flare.
Yep, solar flare goes wide, and headbutt from Lina doesn't really do much. Kaito jumping in. So yeah, they're trying to get the inside track to take down this mid tower. Great Chompers placement. Ocean Drake is live, but honestly, neither team are really thinking about that right now. CGA is trying to push in mid as
they chose the fight.
Yeah, they chosen to fight. To start off just a bit, we do see Hybrid get excited, but no, we think the fight's gonna start. Okay, that was prime position to make something happen if I've seen a time. It does look like they're trying to corral them towards this dragon. So tomorrow, there's just a little bit of something happening here.
Losing brain cells, Crow. They had the inside track on dragon. They could have traded. They said we don't want our half of the trade, and they're just gonna let Kaido walk circles around them.
Okay, they're gonna go ahead and start it. Kinatu's dropping low here as he does have multiple focus. But here's to jump in. Great shockwave. Lina gonna make it happen. Get that kill over. Kill credit going over to him though, but yeah, this should be the dragon coming out for Soft.
Okay.
Okay, so it took him a minute, but they decided to get it or let it reset. All right, come on, guys. I believe in you. I believe in you. We can do this.
Crest Gaming Act spread a little too thin. The shockwave will pick Kassin off, and with that, they abandon the objective. They know when to trade, seemingly unlike the Hawks. That means that Hawks will get away with a second dragon, the Ocean Soul. Likely not to matter too much I think it does favor CGA if they manage to pick it up, as the healing doesn't come through if you can't fight back. We'll notice it casting in the choke point. You have 2 points of attack from CGA. Nap makes that 3 by going over the wall here. Cassin trying to lead the top of this engage. Reiner will match. And with that, the shockwave is more than enough to take out of Oliver. There isn't a full tank yet. They push Hybrid away. Meanwhile, on the backside, the 3 other members of CGA, the more dive-heavy ones, likely a sign there as they thought they were going to start the Dragon, left out to dry for a little bit.
Yeah, really interesting that back half dive line from CGA didn't pick up any more kills off of that. Like, you saw Kaito go in for a second and then jump back out. Landing the chains there definitely would have been more of a committed engage, but just jumping in and jumping out.
Let's call it Hawks having a vision victory. They managed to control the objective, let's be positive, and they managed that. This is still an improvement of the Hawks we've seen of recent weeks, even if it's maybe not what I'd like to see.
Yeah, and hoping that Crest Gaming doesn't, invoke their coin flip that they're known for on some of these fights, because this is the composition that SoftBank HAWKS Gaming can use to definitely get themselves that second win that they're looking for.
I really hope so. I hope so. Both teams in a pretty clear win condition at this stage. Neither has had it removed from the other team. The rapid fire cannon through from Hybrid now means it can stay even further away from that potential shockwave, which has looked to upset CJ's assignments so far. As the lanes go, Kaido pretty enabled, starting to fall behind on CS, but that's what happens when you have to burn all your cooldowns to hit the wave. A little bit of backwards and forwards here in mid, but nothing too big. The Graviton will lock up Hybrid miles away. And Dasher coming down through the top river. Nap just spacing in and out, making the Hawks think about that flank potential, even if it is not realized. As both teams dance towards this Baron, both teams have a pretty good Baron take. You'll notice Marble holding Severum Chakram once again. Last time he held them, the mid T1 died. Now looking to maybe threaten a Baron, as the Hawks are first. Down in mid lane, Hybrid now off at the side. CGA should be able to control this, should be able to come forwards, but the Hawks clearly setting up for an objective or a gank on the top side. They could go to the T1 against this LeBlanc. It's not sure for now. They don't look so sure themselves, Crow.
Yeah, they really don't. And I think this is that lull period where a lot of people have criticized HAWKS Gaming with their decision making, because you see on both sides of the map, CGA have players pushing in both of those lanes, whereas the Hawks are just like, all right, let's all stick together and try and hunt for something, which is not what this composition is geared to do. That's not what their composition is made for. You want to see them try to challenge these sieges by, like, grouping around the objectives and like having CGA play into them, and they're not doing so. So that's causing Hawks to fall behind considerably, where CGA is like, all right, bro, we're just gonna keep farming and keep pushing, because our carries are gonna scale and our tanks are gonna get bigger. And HAWKS Gaming have to come up with an answer to this right now. They can't just keep waiting for dragons to come to them, or waiting.
Yeah, it'll take far too long. Far too long. Now, in a quick contrast, we now see CGA take over the top side, but they have an objective in mind. They're going to take this top T1 down. Kaido staying nearby. Can't quite see the health bar on that one. Yep, will fall on this wave. Hybrid unchallenged. This leaves Hawks in a bit of a dead zone. Currently, there is no jungle up to take. There are pings going both ways, blank towards the Baron. The rest of his team maybe showing a little more of that dissonance, walking down towards the Dragon. 30 seconds away. Kaido will be probably having to use his TP if he wants to stop the setup here with the push in bot. This is Hawks with the inside track onto this Ocean Dragon. It would put them on Soul Point. It would be nice here for the Hawks, but it's not a certainty just yet.
Oh, they're definitely trying to set up an ambush, because they do have that vision advantage. I really wish they would have just pushed into that tier 2 in mid, because they
Hybrid on his own. That's a vulnerability.
Right. Yeah, so
oh, this is cyberbullying.
Oh my goodness. They're actually causing me so much stress, and I have too much caffeine in my body to deal with this right now.
Oh, he's got it!
Audacious charge. Oh, Crescent Guard goes out, Shockwave in, but immediately gets popped as blank, and the rest of the fight is on from CGA as they're diving straight into the back line, but Marble says, no boy, not today, as they will trade jungler for jungler. Dragon is live, doesn't even matter. Flash forward, double shot, primed and ready to go, but on the return, Nimmo making it happen and Hybrid splashing all the damage. The scaling is there. Moonlight Vigil doesn't mean a thing as Hybrid pops off and grabs another for him, and Nap in the back pocket to clean it up. CGA completely turned that fight on his head.
The map is their oyster right now. CGA with a dazzling fight from Nemo, picking members of SHG out time and time again. Blank finds an excellent pick for the rest of Hawks, as we'll see here, not quite ready to follow. Kaito's dancing backwards and forwards. This is the problem with LeBlanc in the current era. That dive so non-committal. Blank just finds Hybrid. This is huge for the Hawks. Kaito's able to get in underneath, and with the solar flare on top can turn it. Liner not quite able to match, doesn't pop the locket to save his jungler. And with that, even though Marble pushes back slightly, we'll now see the issue. The Leona able to go again and go faster, even though the Shockwave picks off too. Nap still has that threat. Nemo comes in, and when we are only looking at one true damage source of Marble on this Aphelios, Nap can just save his ultimate, and it's clean, cool, and calculated. Even though CGA lose a few members, that's what we want to see here. The removal of the Aphelios at key moments defines the fight.
Yeah, and it was just really unfortunate because, like, Dash had such a great, look at that damage chart, had such a great ultimate there with that Shockwave, but Nap just playing that Akali game. You have LeBlanc, Akali, who are both going to dash in and out of the fights with their abilities, and they played that to a T, being able to literally dance around the fight of SoftHawks Gaming. And once again,
the Shockwave is wide.
Oh, that's two ultimates for the price of nothing for Hawks now, as they have to full retreat, just egg on their face right there.
That's going to feel pretty rough. Cassin took, mild chunk. He'll get all that back off Wing Baron. They will start it up right now. The members of Hawks not quite so sure. They haven't seen anyone with the Baron debuff yet. Nap looking for the flank. CJ want to fight this. Notice Cassin maintaining his health bar. Volibear's so good at this.
Look at Nap. He has the perfect back line.
It's beautiful.
Okay, Marble does get this kill to start it off. This may can turn in their favor. Pushing them off Baron. Has to dash away. Perfect execution has to be used from Nap just to get out, as now Hawks, they're like, all right, cool. We got the main
CGA
bug.
giving?
Yeah, they are. Get the main bug out of their faces. Hawks get this Baron. No contest from CGA, as Nemo is such a key in unlocking a lot of these fights with that Leona, with that Solar Flare, Zenith Blade, Shielded Daybreak, all the stuns going out. Taking out Nemo really does make it a scary situation for CGA, because yeah, they have the damage dealers that can jump in, but the only ones really going to be providing reliable CC would be, Nemo and Hybrid. So very good on the Hawks to capitalize on that, because look at this play right here.
We'll see it. CGA start up the Baron. They know they want to fight. Liner a little too early. Nap not able to find the threat. This is the sort of dive that the Hawks composition actually matches. That non-committal all-in must kill. And with that, they give the Baron over to the Hawks. An unfortunate setup from CGA. They need to have Kaito in there first. Maybe they suspected they'd come the blue buff route, as Kaito was marking that there.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world for CGA. They can very easily clear these away. Hybrid enabled now. 3 items on this Jinx, slightly ahead of Marble in that race still. And with the Baron power play, we are going to see a little bit of a swing of gold, a little bit of a neutralization where there was previously a lead for CGA. They're still the threat here for now. In 1 minute and 40 seconds, the Ocean Dragon will be up, so we'll be affected by this. Hawks have to continue this snowball, this capitalization that we've spoken about as their previous weakness here. Their assignments right now look to crack more infrastructure, and they can play this forwards into the rest of the game.
For sure. Now, this is the compositional strength for Hawks, staying around each other when you have the Aphelios set up to succeed, when you have the Gwyn there to siege on these towers. You can't really jump in on them when they have such a great defensive line like this. Them getting Baron was so pivotal for them turning this back in their favor. And yeah, like you said, setting up for this very important Ocean Dragon now, as both teams have 2 under their belt, and those are 2 different stat lines, going for both of them. And the Ocean Soul, I would say, is something that CGA would love to have, but also the power it can give SoftBank Hawks Gaming, and the massive defense regard. They have such a great disengage composition. Like, they can pick their fights. They can really have a lot of that region utility if they can break away from these fights.
If it keeps Marble alive right now, it's huge. If it doesn't keep Marble alive too much, it doesn't matter. The problem being that, do you get into combat with a LeBlanc before she absolutely blows you up? Maybe, sometimes. But hey, if it keeps Marble alive, Hawks are happy. They placed all their eggs in his basket. Blank's going to start to fall away now. He'll take less damage with that Randuin's coming through, but there's enough. Nap is so deep here. The control ward will balance him once again. He's in position for this dragon. This position completely compromises SHG's previous lead. They don't know he's in here. They're currently pinging it. They've spotted him out. Nemo will take some chunk. CGA.
Nemo once again getting caught out here. That's a stopwatch. So this prompts the re-engage coming in. Blank chunked a half. You see that massive damage from Kaito as you can do that. But once again, Nemo getting caught out. It's a reoccurring theme this game. And now the scoreline is tied as we do have Hawks Gaming starting this dragon, and no contest gonna come out from CGA. Just a cheeky little ultimate to throw on the back half of that. But yeah, like, Nemo gets caught, no fight to continue, no continued engage from CGA, neutral objective going over to Hawks Gaming.
It's pretty tough here. I think the Crest Gaming Act line of just flipping because they think they're ahead. Continuing on, I'm so sorry, middle cut. And any CGA fans out there, it's really rough right now. We need to see Nemo be the secondary engage. We need to see Kaito and Nap do their thing first. Otherwise, the Hawks draft that defends this Aphelios will just continue to rebuff these insufficient efforts from Crest Gaming Act.
Right, and also Dasher building the Void Staff completed now. So now Dasher actually has a considerable amount of damage in his pocket to, supplement that. Kinatsu's going to be great on this Gwen for how much damage they're getting in. Also, I love that they have sat on the Verdant Barrier all game. They built it early in lane to contend against Nap on this Akali, but have not upgraded it at all. Just sitting on it. So get the boosted stats with the boosted AP and the boosted MR. I like that adaptation a lot. I'm a big fan of, the Verdant Barrier, Seeker's Arm Guard early build, and just staying on those. It's just really interesting to see in this matchup because both of these teams are very coin flippy. It just tends to work out more often for CGA than it does for SoftBank Hawks Gaming. So
I'd enjoyed seeing a CGA that had stopped flipping the coin, but apparently just for you, it's a bit of a fiesta on your birthday, Crow. I hope the party is not too stressful because it's going to go on for a few more minutes. Interestingly enough, Hybrid was just 5 CS short of Flame Horizoning Marble here, so I think with this wave, it's going to get pretty close. One more wave, maybe an advantage for Hybrid. As CGR first to the Baron, this is the first time they've got the push in on the objective. Nemo's pulled the trigger, but he's got friends.
Oh, Crescent Guard comes out, but yeah, this is the dive that CJ was looking for, even though they are
spread. He got him.
That's the start that they want as they are going to continue to dive in, but Hawks will retreat towards the tower. Moonlight Vigil comes out and does massive amounts of damage, snipes out, procs the passive from Kaito, and now CGA are on the run. They get their pick and they leave for sure, but man, are they wounded off of it.
They are 2-3 recalls coming through, and with that, that is
mid.
The Hawks just pushing mid. They're going to get the tier 2. This is something they've been after for a while. Really tough here from Hawks. They lose the initial engage, but Marble, the mono damage on this team now, as the Orianna will fall away. We'll see here. They're looking for him here. They try pushing forwards. Nemo just runs this ultimate at the start. This forces out any cooldowns. And on the side, Dasher is taken away, but that's just the supporting cast. Even though Cassin finds a great dive and Hybrid supports to solidify the position, the damage here from Marble, as we take just a moment, just so strong. The Aphelios, untouched once again, is able to turn the fight with the ultimate. We have to see CGA reach the Aphelios or take away the cast with committing less. Otherwise, it's just going to be Aphelios pushing backwards, and eventually he's going to start one-shotting people.
Yeah, if that was a different gun setup,
I think if he had Collector, that was it.
If he had Collector, of course, for sure, just hit that threshold immediately. But yeah, like you said, taking out Dasher there, leaving Marble alive and healthy to just DPS his life away, He just has the tunes in his ear, just firing off all the guns, just like, free real estate. As you saw how low CGA got in those health bars. So,
it's so tense.
It's so tense. Like, literally, I feel like Papa Fate is just flipping a coin each fight and seeing who it lands on, and it's surprisingly landing on the middle every time.
Every time we see Kaido coming forwards, we've got to see this LeBlanc make more impact. Kaido's had a great game so far, but currently not able to find positions. I hope Kassin realizes that blue glow is extra vision. The CGA spotted out here. Blank will find Nap off at the side. This Akali on the flank once
really
again.
Oh wow, what's getting low? CGA has this Baron really low. Hawks, what are you doing? They're getting completely corralled in here. There's a fight. They don't finish the Baron. They peel off because they want to take the fight, but that's not a great idea because Marble's free hitting. Will manage to get a kill. Nap does get one in return. They're on the back foot as Hawks are retreating towards that dragon area. Just regen up a little bit with the 2 dragon points that they have as, oh no.
Go on, Hybrid.
Has to go run for his life. Oh, but might be a little bit of a bait. Kanatu jumps over the side. Gwen is immune.
TP back in from Nap.
Oh man, the resets are definitely there for CGA faster than they are for the Hawks. As this next dragon is coming up here in 6 seconds, and there's not enough bodies for Hawks to make a contest. So this could be another dragon going the way of CGA.
It's ultimate soul point when this goes down, and Dasher might try his luck with a shockwave. Oh, no, he's gonna fall away. Not worth the attempt. Both these teams so evenly matched now. I think it's fair to say the compositional differences allowing Hawks more time to come back in after 1 or 2 early slips. We'll see the replay here. This is the dragon attempt.
I want to see how low this Baron is.
2,000 was the finish, I believe. Just below 3 at least. Kinadu and Blank assign a bit of time into Nap, trying to break the flank. They come forwards, dissuaded by the traps. Ultimate's thrown both ways. Moonlight Vigil didn't do a lot. 2,000 the Baron. While Kassin is traded out, unfortunately, the Crescent Guard lasts only so long. Blank follows. The trade of junglers means neither team wants to commit back to the Baron. And now we come back to live. Both teams fishing for the vision. SHD are going to start. At the moment, CGA not in a position to contest. They didn't think they would go for this. Nap is very, very far away. Hybrid on the wave.
Okay, so let's see if Hawks Gaming actually finished the Baron where CGA decided not to, because that was the big deciding factor there. As it goes low, no steal from Kassin, and yeah, he's going to get immediately deleted. Everybody's on him. Tries to ult over the wall to no avail, and that's the Baron going the way of the Hawks Gaming. Like, this SoftBank Hawks lineup, they are actually just playing the ultimate game of tug of war in this game.
It is. It is. It's that gentle backwards and forwards. I think at this stage we'll see the replay. Nap is at blue buff for some reason. Kaido's trying his best, but LeBlanc can't quite reach over there. Kassin goes for the flash to try and time in 43 the health. Oh, it was so close for Kassin. It's normally a bit better to ult over and flash in, as it gives you that extra unstoppable, gets you right on top of the objective. So maybe it could have gone a little differently, but either way, CGA so close. Another Baron here for Hawks. They've got to try and crack the base with this one. If you're not coming up to a big win condition, 2 Barons in, we got to ask some questions about the Hawks, as that's normally a sign of either macro errors, compositional errors, or something else that needs fixing. 2 Barons should be enough, not to maybe to end the game, but leave it in a position for you to just gently take it over the finish line.
For sure, and we talk about how SoftBank Hawks are really good as 5 individual players, and their macro definitely does need a lot of work, but like we said, we are seeing signs of them coming together, doing better whenever they can get on the same page, and 2 Barons definitely should net you a win. Not usually, like, if my maths are correct, usually that does get a team a win here, and this composition can definitely lend to that, as they are going to siege on this inhibitor tower in top lane. Or it's
Observer's just letting us know the wave is miles away. Our tug of war has reset, Crow. And with Hawks losing that wave in topside, there's not a lot to do.
Yeah, vital information there, looking at that reset wave.
Crucial, some would say.
Oh man, look how tied up this is. Like 7-7.
I want to know when Hybrid's gonna hit 1,000 CS.
Right, this man is just CS machine right now. 478.
It's huge. That's over a Flame Horizon. I think that's our first one this split. Congratulations, Hybrid, on definitely farming a lot more than Marble. Both these AD carries are very aware that they are a huge part of their team's win condition. That is the meta in the LJL. The rest of the world might have adopted it, but it started here. And with that, both teams nervously moving around. Hybrid is up here in the front. We'll catch the minion wave once again. Dragon a minute away. Baron buff about to expire. That was the last push we'll see. Removed by CGA. And with that, the Hawks have failed to crack the base. We mentioned that was a moniker for success. Kinadu here at the side. Kaido will spot him away. 2,800 gold in for SHG. If they manage to get this soul, it could make a difference. Reiner looking for the engage. They need to find something to secure this one out and make it not another close fight, another flip. Look at the Baron where they could have just by 40 health lost that Baron to Kassin. On this volley bear, both teams pushing forwards now, surrounded as 5. The J-Ram, welcome in, Crow. This is what we live for.
Blank, perfect timing on that Crescent Guard to stay alive, because that would have been a deletion. And yeah, one thing I want to note is that you wouldn't think that CGA has great wave clear with its composition, but because of how far ahead item-wise, or how many items that Hybrid has on this Jinx, they do a lot of wave flares. The TP flank coming in. Oh man, Kaito gets spot on a ward immediately. So now it's SoftBank HAWKS Gaming, they're gonna back in. This Ocean Drake is spawning. This is sole point for both teams. All the marbles are on this table. Speaking of marble, we are gonna watch him looking at his backline.
Pushed out.
Will get spotted. Perfect timing on that ward. So we'll be started up. Dragon looking a little confused. He's saying, "Who's waking me up? What's going on? What do y'all
There is now a Guardian Angel on Marble, taking out this Hyper. No longer the single win condition. CGA have to get creative.
Solar Flare, Zenith Blade in. The Soul will go the way of CGA. The fight is immediately on. Great Shockwave coming in from Dasher. That's going to be a double kill coming over here. Marble is pushing forward. That is more than enough to get the job done. Nap will take out Blank in response, but it is only one ninja against 4 as he is running for his life straight into the jaws of death. Hybrid going to try and thin this wave. He drops the choppers down. Can he 1v1 the Gwen? The answer is a slight maybe, as Kinatu will go into stasis, but not for long, as Hybrid trying to put this game on his back will get the kill. So Soul going over to CGA in that contest, but a 4 for 2 in response for SoftBank HAWKS Gaming as they're pushing in on this tower. It's only Hybrid who's alive right now. The death timers are pretty decent. I don't know if they can hit straight right here.
He's the last one left alive.
Nemo just came up.
Ooh.
Okay, so
yeah.
Inhibitor will be picked up and they will back away. But what a fight for this SoftBank HAWKS Gaming lineup. As you can go into this replay right here.
Hawks come down, they concede the entrance to the pit. CGA look forwards to this. They say, hey, we're going to get the objective and the fight. We're going to be greedy. Kaito at the side comes in with Nemo. They deal a whole bunch of damage. The Leona goes down super fast. Not the end of the world. This shockwave turns it all. Kassin is slightly late in. Hybrid not able to be supported. The win condition for Hawks being the failure of CGA here. They can't keep Hybrid up and able to pump out all that damage on this full build Jinx. And with that huge shockwave, you said it on the desk, Crow, we got to see Dasher step up. That shockwave was everything for the Hawks.
Yeah, it really was. Very sad that they weren't able to get the soul. So they do have this Ocean Soul for CGA. Definitely can turn the tide of this game just off of having that region. They have 3 other Ocean Drakes to boost up that healing, or having that region. So that's a big informer right there of this game on how much of a knife edge. 43 minutes into this game, Temporal. We're still going strong. And
it's going well. It's going well, I think. For who? Can't answer. If you like tension, if you're a thriller movie fan, this is clearly your favorite game of League of Legends in weeks. Kaido, we need to see a bit more of that. That's more like it. That's more like it.
He's still alive. Lina chucking to his bare bones. We'll have to recall off of this. Managing to get the rocket out of Hybrid, though, that is good enough, I would say. But
it's kind of big. It's kind of big, but at the same time, it's not the end of the world. Kassin doing a cute little trick here. It nearly always takes more than 15 minutes to take down Baron. So starts with the smite, will end with it as well. Kaito now left to enforce, has to stop the Hawks coming in. They've done it. CJ have got the Baron. For some reason, they left it on 300 health for a second, just to stress me out. But they've got it. They've done it. The base defense is well and truly enabled those Baron minion waves. Will get the Crest Gaming Act back out on the map. Even if they can't take a straight fight now, all they have to do is walk Hybrid down a lane. This is why it is much more for the Hawks than the previous Barons were. Sorry, this Baron matters more for CGA.
Oh my god, look at this push. Look at this push. Oh
Casino
my God,
Nemo,
look at
which
his
one
switch.
goes first?
Oh my goodness.
Oh, he's taking the wolves. They've
Okay.
got no idea.
They're not. They have no idea.
Take it away.
Okay, they're still there. Oh, they will give it away. They're gonna jump him. They say, "Hey, yo, get this man right now!" As Kasen is trying to run for his life. Will manages to get away. Nab into the back line. No damage coming out. The rocket is here, but only manages to steal a blue buff. The fight is still back in there. Oh, around right here in this bucket. Nab will snipe out Blank. Free firing on the background. There drops Marble as this is the catch that CJ wanted to get. Oh my goodness. HAWKS Gaming tried to get the jump onto
Nemo's
CGA.
so low. This is so risky, boys. They're taking away the minion wave. Kanatu did so much damage in that fight and was nearly the Hawks' saving grace.
Yep.
Unfortunately, looks like they will go down.
Oh, he eats a lot of damage there. Kanatu just by himself holding off 2 members of CGA.
The anti-heal has
anti-heal
absolutely
is-
wrecked Kaito's Ocean Soul.
Oh, he's running. Kanatu actually a machine right now. Playing up against 3, will have to dash away.
Hybrid's
Oh, no,
coming as well.
Are they
He's killed
trapped
the
in
whole
there with
team.
him, or is he trapped in there with them? What is going
Holy
on
moly.
here? Kanatu will eventually go down, but he saved so much time for his team. He managed to stall and stretch this Baron play from CGA for so long by himself. So honestly, I would take that as a win if I was the Hawks, because one-man army Kanatu doing some work here.
Compared to what should have happened at the end of that fight, that is an absolute win for the Hawks. Kanatu pulls 4 members, pulls Hybrid out of mid to deal with the Gwen. We'll see it here. The fight's explosive. They've nearly found Kasin. Unfortunately, the shockwave is wide. Dasher, that key component, not there. Nap starts up the fight. This is starting to pull the Hawks apart. You'll notice Kasin goes completely untouched from here. And with that, the timer on the ultimate, perfection on the Crescent Guard. CGA come together. Hybrid gets excited. Marble is destroyed. And even though the blade work comes across and Kanatu nearly picks up everyone with a huge ultimate, doesn't quite work out. Dasher has to TP away with that CGA. Round out a 5,500 gold Baron power play. They've put themselves back in. On the economy side, we'll notice Jungle is still missing items, but largely that is a full build Gwen. Largely, the Morello completion doesn't add a lot. That is a full build Jinx, a full build Aphelios, and only little things around the edges now. Gold going to start to matter less now that the Hawks have dragged themselves back into the economy game.
Yeah. Also, very interestingly, Kanatu sold the Verdant Barrier and, finished out under their item. Didn't decide to finish the Banshee's Veil, which might have been an interesting buy for him. As the Elder Drake is spawning, this temporal might be the fight that decides this 47-minute game. The lines are drawn, the wards are in the pit.
Kaido's pinging mid. It's a bit much, that small amount of priority, not going to add a lot of tangible benefit at this stage. And with him on the wave, the Hawks will start this up. Yep. They are checked slightly. Nap is at the side. They've seen him.
Great ball from Dasher.
We'll start to fall away. The dragon resets. Nap now off at the side with 2 lanes of priority. The longer this goes on, the more marginal advantage is Kaito.
Damage. Great chunk of damage. Once again, Elder's resetting. Solar Flare lands onto 3. The rocket doesn't get a kill, unfortunately. Elder is less than half, and there is nowhere for Blink to be found in this pit. Oh, he's jumping in. It's at less than half, and it will go. Elder goes to CGA. The fight's going back on.
Oh, it's hybrid. It's all hybrid.
All day. Hybrid show all day. There's the rockets coming out. That's a double coming up for him. The Hawks are scrambling. They are so low, but Kinatsu is still alive, jumping in. Not going to do enough. The 1-man versus the 4 manages to get nothing, and that is a clean ace for CGA. Hybrid putting the team on his back. LCK AD carries. What can I say, man? As this is CGA pushing up the mid lane, full 4 in tow, has the wave to work with. That timer is way too long for the Hawks to do anything of any merit. And after this absolute back and forth banger of a game, we do have Crest Gaming Act taking this victory.
600 CS on the Jinx. Kaido able to chunk someone out in the key fight at Elder Dragon. Chris